let's get one thing straight. This was inevitable. This was bound to happen. Diggity couldn't stop it. Tirano couldn't stop it. What up? Welcome back to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones, and in this one, we're going to take a look at the next figure I will be adding to my Mcfarland DC Multiverse Collection. Now, of course, this time it will be the single release of Batman Beyond. Of course, they originally released the Batman Beyond, but with the collective build figure piece of Future's End. Now, that the only main difference from that figure was, of course, the head sculpt. It had like a covered mouth, and this one is shows all the features of the Batman Beyond. More reminiscent of the original version from the animated series. Now this one also comes with a couple of different accessories, so let's go ahead and check it out. Now he does look pretty cool in the blister, but let's go ahead and pop him out and take a look at him. Now, of course, this time he does not come with the requisite black Mcfarland DC Multiverse stand. This time he does come with the clear DC Multiverse flight stand. Not the best stand, but it's pretty cool. You just slip this arm into the base, snaps right in there, and then you can use this to put your figure in a lot of like flight poses and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. He also comes with the data file card, which is pretty much the same as the one we received before with the other figure, but still pretty cool. Has some information on the back. We'll go ahead and add it to the collection. Now he does come with a different Batarang. The other figure did come with a more like comic book accurate or animated series accurate Batarang, which is this one. And this one is more like stylized to look like the emblem on his chest. But still pretty cool for a little fodder piece, but I will be probably displaying them with this more accurate Batarang. He also does come with two alternate hands, which are these like black trigger hands. Pretty cool. I'm a real big fan of the like art, like, you know, sculpted out hands that look like they're claws, so I'm not sure if I'll be using these, but we'll go ahead and keep them. And then he does come with these two thruster effects for the bottom of his boots. Now these do fit on either figure, this one or the other release, and since I did buy an extra one to modify, I will have an extra flight stand and these boosters to like mess around with how I want to display it, so that's pretty cool. Pretty nice translucent plastic, orange, like yellow, orange, and then it goes into red at the tips, so you'll be able to display your figure as if he's, you know, in flight mode, so that's pretty cool as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure. Like I said before, the main difference is the head sculpt. This one you could see the nose and the mouth. It has all the facial features. And the old school one and the other one released, it has like a cover, you know, across his face. This one's pretty cool, more reminiscent, like I said before, of the cartoon and the comic book. He does look down pretty good, looks up, and then you can tilt his head for some character. Really nice head sculpt on this Batman Beyond. I'm really Really liking it. Let's go ahead and look at the shoulders. He does have the butterfly in the shoulder joint. He does have double jointed elbows. And then he does have the wrist ball for the wrist articulation. Pretty sweet. And I'm really liking this gauntlet mixed in with the way it like transitions into the hand. It looks pretty smooth and clean. On the chest you have that awesome Batman Beyond emblem. Moving down into the Mcfarland waist articulation. Now this one's pretty cool. He does swivel. He does have side to side. You could lean him back. Really, you could twist him and put him in some pretty cool poses, and that's what I'm really loving about Mcfarland. The way he's giving us all these options for you to pose the figure. Pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and move down. Now you do have the belt, and then let's check out his thigh swivel. He does have a little bit more than average, but not as much as some. But for what it is, pretty cool. Move down to the legs. He does have double jointed knees, and then he does have ankle articulation up and down. The rocker doesn't work as good as some of the figures, but it is there. And then you do have toe articulation. Let's check out the bottom. Now he does have that cool tread with like booster kind of like looking little pits in there. And of course this is where you can add the booster effects. It just fits right in there like so. Pretty cool. Going up, nothing much, just some nicely sculpted figure work, and then you do have the wings that move up and down. All in all, happy to add this one to the collection. Now, like I said before, the only major difference was the accessories and the fact that the other release, which I have right here, had the covered mouth. Now let's get into some modifications. Now, one thing you really notice is the ankle joint on these figures is like really big. So I actually took the ankle joints from an Omega and I put them here on my extra Batman Beyond that I have. And if you could see, they're smaller, so it's a little bit more streamlined. It doesn't stick out as much as this figure. It's just not as noticeable. So I really like that. The peg sizes aren't exactly the same, so you are going to have to modify it for it to like stay and have articulation. But just looking at it like this, it does look a lot better. And I actually like the way he looks like this without his wings. I will be adding that other Batarang, like I said before. That's how I'm going to display them up there on the shelf. Now, another thing I did do is these wings are removable, and it was actually easier than I thought it would be. I think if you like really forced it out, you would pop it out right away. It's kind of like it doesn't really have any glue to like hold this. It's like a kind of like a round circular insert, and once I put it in hot water and took it out, it doesn't really have any glue around it. It just has like a little ridge that makes it stick in there. But you are able to pull the wings out, and then you can put it back. Now I did modify mine. I took off that ridge. That way it makes it a lot easier to just pop on and off the wings. And then another thing I did is I did paint mine black. More of a classic look there. Pretty cool. Now you can add these gauntlets. They have a peg, and you can add them into that little hole peg that's in the wings if you would like to. But all in all, he looks pretty cool like that with the wings painted from behind. Pretty cool figure to add to the collection. Now, like I said before, you can display this guy on the flight stand if you would like, and then you could put the booster effects in there. Not really a big fan of displaying them like this, but you never know. I might have them displayed like that. But that's as easy as it is. You could get them into a pretty cool pose like that. So anyways, guys, wasn't too much to this figure. Now, he will be going up there on the shelf. These three will be going together. Really happy to get him up there. You guys, stay hunting out there. Keep collecting. And I will see you on the next one.